What is happening, YouTube Cowboy here, and we are back with another Heroes of the Storm Hero Showcase video. This time around, taking a look at the Lord of Terror himself, Diablo. So Diablo is considered a melee warrior. He's a very, very beefy, upfront type of hero. He can really sustain himself in the fights, and he's a big game changer when he's played properly. So to go through our abilities quickly, we have Shadow Charge, which will let us charge an enemy and push them back. Firestorm, unleashing a fire wave in all directions. Overpower, which grabs an enemy and then flips them over your head and stuns them. And then Black Soulstone, our passive, which gathers souls to allow us faster regeneration and resurrection. As for his ultimate abilities, Diablo has two ultimates, one being Apocalypse, which will create a pentagram underneath each enemy, and after a short delay they will explode, dealing damage and stunning. And he has his signature Lightning Breath, which, if you have ever played the Diablo series, you know it is a frontal cone AoE type attack that can deal tons of damage to enemies. So in general, Diablo is your frontline tank type hero. That being said, he does need a little bit of build up before he gets to the point where he is truly beefy and becomes a real big contender in the field. A couple different ways that you can play him. As always, we are going to be doing a more general build that can be applied to a number of situations, regardless of what type of game you're in. And that's something I want to stress with these videos, is the builds that I'm doing aren't the be-all, end-all build for that hero. There are situations in which other builds will be better, and just as an example for that, with my Azmodan build, obviously that was based around team support with mercenaries. If you don't have the team support, you would want to pick up Bribe to make sure you could get those mercs. If you have a team that isn't going to assist with your pushes, though, Merc Lord probably won't be the best trait, simply because trying to push by yourself will get you killed. So just keep that in mind as I do these builds. There's no one build that will always work, but in general, these builds are pretty applicable to a variety of situations. So with Diablo, the first talent we're going to take pretty much every single time is going to be Soul Feast, because when we get to 100 souls, that's going to be an extra 500 health, and then on top of that, that's an extra, it's just more health regen for us. So always pick that up. In comparison, block, honestly, not going to really be necessary in my opinion. Gaining souls when using Overpower, another skill which, while it's good, it's, we should be saving Overpower just for enemy heroes, and with that in mind, we're a lot better off just getting the regen from souls. So for starters, we got Tychus right here, and we're gonna actually do a lot of damage to him if I can catch him. Oh damn, I was trying to push him up into the tower, did not work. And that's one of the things you can do quite effectively with Diablo if played correctly, is because Overpower flips them over your head and stuns them, pick up an enemy, stun them, and then charge them back into your tower, which will result in basically your towers getting some really good damage in against the enemy early on. So a big thing for Diablo early in the match is you want to be close to all those kills that are happening. And this is very important, because if you're not close enough to get these souls from those kills, you're missing out on potential regen that you could be pulling in. So we're going to be using Fire Wave to help push the creep lanes, the occasional charge when applicable, and focusing most of our mana on getting in our flame waves and making sure you have enough if you need to charge or overpower an enemy. So if this either Brightwing or Tychus comes close enough, we are going to stun them and pull them into the lane. Oh, that little bitch. He did his fucking sprint away before I could have really knocked him back. If I had knocked him back behind the towers, that probably would have resulted in a death for him, which we might still be able to do right here. Nope, he's going to back away. We'll do Flame. Oh, you fucked up now. Oh, it's not letting us push him all the way back, but it won't matter. Oh, come on! Oh, so close. Just barely getting away. So we are pretty much holding out. If they get, we can see on the map, they are about to grab the second shrine, so we are right on it, and got it. So we're going to grab these creeps, push them up. At this point, we go Amplify Healing, Almost every single time I'll go for amplified healing. There's not much else that I would really consider. Fire waves extend further, not going to really be necessary. Extra damage to non-heroes, it may help you push, but also not all that needed. And then overpower dealing additional damage. Overpower is there more for the stuns, not necessarily to deal damage. So we're going to punt this asshole back all the way over towards our towers. Keep on working the tower down while we have the Dragon Knight up. Fuck off, Rhaegar. Lycus is going to have to run back and heal if he's not careful. I really need some team support here. Oh well, Dragon's down. That's fine. We managed to push through the first part of the base with the Dragon. That is more than enough. And there goes that mid-healing fountain. That is down. As you can see right there, I charged in. Right after the charge, I went in and I got the stun. And then immediately following that, I did my flame wave. And it's great to do a stun or do a flame wave right after a stun, if you can, because of the fact that they're going to take a lot of damage from it. You know, he's right at basically the epicenter of where I'm tossing that out. So from here, a couple different choices. I used to pick up Endless Death quite a bit, but now I've been a bigger fan of Battle Momentum because you already have a relatively fast attack speed. And Battle Momentum is just going to make those cooldowns come off even faster, allowing you to really get those overpowers off a lot more in combat. So right now, you can see our soul count's getting nice and high. Oh, polymorphed me. Oh no. This is one of the great things about Diablo. You can see our sustainability with our regen. We're just chilling at full health, you know. And especially later on, it's really easy as Diablo to last a long time in lane fighting. So knocking them back. The flame waves out. And I'm still got a long cooldown on the shrine. Can't quite take that just yet.
Free the Dragon Knight and slaughter your enemies.
And they should be pulling off now too. The big thing is we don't want to sit here and let Tychus just deal damage to us. Even if we got the regen, we still want to play it smart. I have no mana right now, so this is the perfect time to get in and grab. Back the fuck up. So we're going to pick up Apocalypse here. Now in general, there's obviously Apocalypse or Lightning Breath. Lightning Breath can do a lot of damage, but I will usually take Apocalypse, especially because of the CC effect of it. You know, being able to stun heroes is huge, and especially something like Apocalypse that's considered a global ability that is it's just incredibly effective. You know, having a stun that will hit every hero on the map is incredibly powerful. So that is why I almost always pick Apocalypse. If you have a team that's already very, very heavy on CC, I could see the justification for going for, oh man, I might be able to get my overpower off. No, I won't, not enough mana. But yeah, if you already have a team that's very heavy on CC, I can see the justification for taking Lightning Breath. But in general, I will take Apocalypse just because of how potent it is as a stun and the effect that I can hit multiple heroes at the same time with it. So, right wing, get your ass over here. Actually, they're all grouped up. Perfect time for the APOC. As you can see, we got all three heroes with it. Very, very good timed Apocalypse right there for us. You can see we're just pushing away right now with the Dragon Knight. Shredding through towers. I'm actually going to hop back to base soon and get my mana back. I'm really low on mana at the moment. And there goes one.
Choose a talent.
So we are going to go back to base. From here, there's a couple different potential choices you can go with. Shadow Charge has increased range, is decent if you find enemies just barely being out of the range of it. Personally, I'm a big fan of Crippling Slow, just because being able to charge and slow enemies, that helps a lot. Spell Shield I'm not really going to be too worried about, because of the fact that I already have so much regen, I don't really need the damage reduction. In general, though, Relentless is a very good choice, just because of the fact that Diablo is that guy that's the big, beefy upfront tank. So having Relentless just kind of solidifies our position in that role, making it very hard for enemies to peel us off of them. Back the fuck up. So now that we're at 100 souls, pretty good regen. At this point, we're able to just kind of chill in lane. So you can see we got whatever our regen's at right now. I don't even know. I think there's like an info thing you can pull up. I'm not sure how exactly. I don't know where that button's at. I know I pulled it up accidentally once. And I'll have APOC up in just a second. APOC's going out, and ooh, big damage all around. And that's a double kill. And we are going to run right up here to grab. Ooh, if I get the stun, he's in trouble. Ooh, man. Back the fuck up, Rhaegar. So you can see we're able to just run around for a little bit and effectively get our health back up here. Very easy to keep full on health with Diablo, and I'm actually going to run and grab the top shrine while we got an opportunity here. Actually, nope, gonna save. Oh no, okay. Asmodean is gonna be safe, I think. Yeah, he is. Okay, going for the shrine. So far, doing pretty good. Not the best at sieging, not the best at damage, but we are up front and beefy, and that is your role as a warrior. You don't need to worry about doing the most siege damage. You don't need to worry about killing everything. You need to worry about being the tankiest motherfucker around that can sit in fights and not have to worry about much. So we have the Dragon Knight again. Quick run in there, helping to secure the kill on the Rhaegar. They now have no heals up, and we got a Dragon Knight marching into base, so this is going to hurt for them. Work on taking down this tower first. Boom with the charge. So as for our next talent, a couple different potential uses here. Fire Devil is excellent if you want to focus on pushing lanes. It will help quite a bit in clearing enemies. Enemy basic attacks are slowed, not a big fan. The two main considerations I would have here. Man, you're going down. There we go. Are either going to be Firestorm or Overpower. I'm going to be taking Firestorm in this particular case because the Flames returning is very effective at both helping to kill off enemies and helping to secure kills on enemies that are rather uppity. The double charge of Overpower is also a very powerful talent if you don't have much CC on your team because we have Illidan with Hunt, and then on top of that we have Tyrande with her stun. I'm not going to worry about that so much. Knock that guy off, get him off of our Rhaegar. We're just demolishing this base right now. Backdoor protection ain't a thing here. Though I am going to back out. We're getting a little in over our heads here. That's the great thing about Diablo. Even if they kill me, I respawn in 5 seconds from the number of souls that I have. I will sacrifice my life so the team can escape. So obviously when you die, you lose your souls. So we are back down to base soul count, which by default means we don't have the same level of tankiness that we did before. But at the same time, it's much better for us to go down, being able to respawn as quick as we can, than have the rest of the team go down. We are just cleaning house right now on the enemy team. No chance. And we are just pushing on up. As you can see, just that fight right there, we're already back up to 50 souls. It did not take long at all to get those souls back again. And we are pushing in right now in what might be the core. This could very well be the core right here. Diablo is down. We're going to do the returning flames. Let's see, really effective at clearing those waves in addition to helping to secure kills on heroes. Slaughter that Illidan. Don't even really need to use Apocalypse right now. Oh, and here come the flames. Ooh, he is barely hanging on. And there's the charge. Down he goes. We have the Dragon Knight. And this is quickly becoming a massacre to be remembered. Ooh, don't have the mana for it. I'm going to back out. Actually, I'm not going to back out. I'm just going to save up enough to drop Apocalypse out as we make our final push on the base here. And, oh, that big stun. That APOC stun. Can't do anything. We are taking this base down. Sub 15-minute match. Screw it. Might as well focus the base if I'm going to die. I go down. The Dragon Knight is up still. Should only take another hit. And there it is. 14-12. And the match is over. So 23,000 siege damage. Not too shabby for Diablo, especially considering I'm not really a siege-based character. I did get the Dragon Knight once, so that's certainly helped quite a bit there. Overall, lots and lots of stuns going out. Lots of charges. Like I said, he's a really fun warrior to play because he's such a beefy, upfront type hero. Either way, thanks for tuning in, guys. Since we have done an assassin, a specialist, and a warrior at this point, I'm going to circle around and show you guys what it's like to play as a support-based character, which I'm actually pretty damn good at support. So either way, make sure to stay tuned, and we'll catch you guys next time with another hero showcase.